The only grandma I knew was she was in her 80s. She lived in Brooklyn,
Mm.
right? And she broke her hip. And I remember this like I was a little boy.
From the iconic Louis De Palma in Taxi to the unflappable Frank Reynolds in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Danny DeVito has been a fixture in audiences for over 50 years. But at the age of 80, what has changed about this American treasure, both in appearance and in life? Do you still recognize him? Take a look back at his colorful journey and discover Danny DeVito's latest look in today's video.
New role.
Despite his many on-screen roles, from the grumpy Louis De Palma in Taxi to the villain, the Penguin in Batman Returns, Danny DeVito recently admitted that his favorite role is playing his real-life grandfather. In a touching video posted to Instagram by AARP, the beaming 80-year-old actor revealed the immense joy he is experiencing, becoming a grandfather to two young grandchildren, a boy and a girl, born to his daughters Lucy Chet DeVito and Grace Fan DeVito. In the last 2 years, both my daughters have had a child, and since then, I haven't been myself. I've been completely immersed. He spoke, unable to hide the excitement in his voice, a rare softness from an actor known for playing eccentric or grouchy comedies. DeVito even jokingly added affectionately, "You have to help me hold it together. I'm bursting with joy." Just wait, just a minute. I'll pull out my phone and show you all the pictures. The first granddaughter, Sinclair Lucille DeVito, was born in 2022 to Grace, now 39. Then, more recently, his eldest daughter, Lucy, gave birth to a son, Carmine, bringing double joy to the veteran actor. For him, these are not just children, but miracles, reasons to brighten every day. "I'm so lucky," DeVito said, his voice softening when he spoke of his family. "I've had so many blessings in my life, and I wish everyone else had the same." Viewers were quickly drawn in by his sincerity, his tenderness, and his undisguised pride. Many social media comments expressed their excitement and endearing envy. Imagine if your grandpa were Danny DeVito. That would be like winning the lottery. I need to know what Danny DeVito's grandpa is called. Maybe Papa or Mr. Bear.
Funny how the man who plays the grumpy character turns out to be the sweetest grandpa in the solar system.
Interestingly, despite separating in 2017, DeVito and his wife, actress Rhea Perlman, have never divorced and maintain a deep relationship. They have 3 children, Lucy, 41, Grace, 39, and youngest son, Jacob Daniel DeVito, 37. The DeVito-Perlman family often appears together on special occasions, showing that their love transcends legal labels. From a famous comedian, talented director, to a devoted grandfather, Danny DeVito shows that love for family is the best role he has ever played. At 80, he is still energetic, funny, and emotional, a living testament to the longevity of character and heart. Between the joy of being a grandfather and the simple moments of everyday life, Danny DeVito cannot help but look back on the past 80 years of life, more than half a century in the entertainment industry. At this age, what does he think about the fame, the aura, and the roles that have been associated with his name? Would you still recognize Danny DeVito today? Reflects on a lifetime in entertainment during the celebration of Danny DeVito's 80th birthday, which took place on Sunday, November 17. The well-known actor received sincere tributes from his peers in the entertainment world. His fellow cast members from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia flocked to social media to express their gratitude for him on this special occasion. Rob McElhenney, for example, referred to him as an American treasure and said that he could still drink you under the table and make you laugh harder than anyone you've ever met. Similarly, another cast member, Caitlin, also lauded DeVito, describing him as someone who lights up every room and gives his whole heart to everything and everyone he loves. An actor who was born Daniel Michael DeVito Jr. on November 17, 1944, the actor reached the age of a remarkable career that encompasses television, cinema, directing, and producing has been built up by DeVito throughout the course of his 8 decades of existence.
In addition, the fact that he has remained in the entertainment industry for such a long time is evidence of his adaptability and enduring appeal.
Olsen made a lighthearted remark on DeVito's vitality and energy, saying, here's to 80 more. According to his fellow actors, DeVito is still active and full of life. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't. It was in Neptune Township, New Jersey, where DeVito was born to parents of Italian-American descent. This was the beginning of his adventure. His father, Daniel Sr., was the proprietor of a number of different businesses, including a place of dry cleaning, a dairy outlet, a cafe, and a pool hall, among others. During this time, his mother, Julia McCullough, spent her days working as a housewife. Our Lady of Mount Carmel Grammar School and Oratory Prep School were the schools that DeVito attended when he was growing up in Asbury Park. He graduated from Oratory Prep School in Initially, DeVito worked as a cosmetician at the beauty shop that was owned and operated by his sister. On the other hand, his life took an unexpected turn when he enrolled in the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York with the intention of gaining more knowledge about cosmetology. However, he ended up falling in love with acting instead. Following that, he received his diploma from the school in the year 1966. It was in the 1975 film, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, that Danny DeVito made his debut in a notable cinematic role. On the other hand, the event that would forever change the course of his career was in 1978, when he was cast in the part of Louis De Palma, a dispatcher on the sitcom Taxi. After being instructed to demonstrate a greater level of attitude during his audition, DeVito famously threw down the screenplay and exclaimed, "Who wrote this shit?" This immediately convinced the producers that he was the ideal candidate for the role. Through his work on the sitcom, which aired from 1978 to 1983, DeVito was awarded both an Emmy Award and a Golden Globe for his excellent performance. After Taxi, Danny DeVito established himself as a versatile character actor by delivering memorable performances in films such as Romancing the Stone, 1980. His depiction as the Penguin in Batman Returns, 1992, is considered to be one of the most iconic roles in the history of film. Additionally, in 2006, he became a member of the cast of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, playing the role of Frank Reynolds, which brought him to the attention of a new generation of lovers. Looking back on his life, DeVito not only remembers the roles that brought laughter, but also takes pride in his journey of growing up behind the camera. How could a short actor become one of the most influential filmmakers in Hollywood? And it is that, not just his appearance, that makes you not recognize Danny DeVito today. From actor to director and producer, Danny DeVito's creative impact in Hollywood was intentionally enhanced by his decision to walk behind the camera, in addition to his breakthrough performance as an actor. Beginning in the late 1980s, he transitioned from being a performer to being a multidimensional filmmaker, which cemented his position as a dominant force in the entertainment industry. Although DeVito had previously established himself in the film industry with his appearances in Taxi and other early films, his performance as Vincent Benedict in the 1988 picture Twins, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, signaled a significant turning point in his career. During that period, the unusual partnership became DeVito's most successful commercial endeavor, surpassing even Arnold Schwarzenegger's action pictures in terms of box office receipts. For the role of the Penguin in Tim Burton's Batman Returns, which was released in 1992, Danny DeVito underwent a total transformation. He wore prosthetics and even consumed genuine, old, dead fish to retain the realism of his character. The film Matilda, 1996, which DeVito directed, produced, and starred in as the evil father Harry Wormwood against his real-life wife Rhea Perlman, represents perhaps the most notable example of DeVito's ability to perform triple duty. There is never a moment that we sense DeVito is anything other than quite serious about this material. Robert Ebert, a film critic, said regarding his approach to directing, which garnered him plaudits, "The year 1991 marked the establishment of Jersey Films by DeVito, a production business that would go on to revolutionize the independent film industry." Pulp Fiction, 1994, directed by Quentin Tarantino, was the film that brought the firm its first major success. Subsequently, the business went on to produce other popular films, such as Get Shorty, 1995, and Aaron Brockovich, 2000, which was nominated for an Academy Award in the category of Best Picture, while simultaneously backing initiatives that pushed the boundaries of what was possible. DeVito exhibited his entrepreneurial flair through Jersey films. DeVito made a name for himself as a filmmaker by developing a unique style that combined dark comedy with serious subject matter. Throw Mama from the Train, 1987. His first film as a filmmaker laid the groundwork for this style, which he went on to further develop in The War of the Roses, 1989, a black comedy that received widespread critical praise and was about a contentious divorce fight. Hoffa, 1992, and Death to Smoochy, 2002, are only two examples of the films that DeVito directed during the 1990s and 2000s at various points in his career. It is interesting to note that DeVito's interest in directing was aroused after he watched Pontecorvo's film The Battle of Algiers, which was released in 1966. This picture piqued his curiosity about the process of filmmaking.
It was finally because of his fascination that he directed episodes of the television show Taxi before making his debut as a director of a feature picture.
After decades behind the camera and as an executive producer, DeVito seems to have no intention of stopping.
But it was his recent reappearance, not as a director or producer, but as a completely new persona, that left audiences stunned. As time changed, Danny DeVito, to the point where you don't even recognize him, recent surprise appearance. In 2024, Danny DeVito, a screen icon with more than half a century of dedication to art, continues to surprise and delight fans everywhere with his unexpected yet stylish comebacks. Despite being over 80 years old, he still maintains a busy schedule, constantly appearing at major events and making his mark in both his acting and special guest roles. One of the most memorable moments of the year was the reunion on the 2024 Oscar stage between DeVito and his longtime co-star Arnold Schwarzenegger, the legendary duo in Twins, 1988. Their appearance received a warm welcome from the audience and the art world. During the introduction, the two did not hesitate to bring a humorous excerpt revolving around Batman, the film in which DeVito played the villain Penguin in 1992, the character that has become an icon associated with his name. Not stopping at the big stage, DeVito also participated in an in-depth conversation on the Actors on Actors program produced by Variety, where he and Colin Farrell, who plays Who's Penguin in the new version, looking back on the journey to transform into one of the most iconic villains in cinema history. With a humorous voice, DeVito shared his habit of arriving on set at 4:30 a.m., making a cup of hot tea and starting the makeup process that lasted up to 3.5 hours, all to become the most vivid and convincing Oswald Cobblepot. DeVito's reunion with director Tim Burton in Beetlejuice 2024 continued to be a notable highlight. His appearance was described as spooky but witty, with a very DeVito style, making many viewers think of the familiar image of Frank Reynolds in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. One critic even commented, "Perhaps it is time to accept that Danny DeVito cannot be separated from Frank Reynolds, or that Frank is also a part of him in real life." In addition to his presence on screen, Danny DeVito has also made his mark again on Broadway. In late 2023, he and his daughter, Lucy DeVito, starred in the comedy I Need That by playwright Teresa Rebeck. This was the first time since The Price in 2017 that DeVito had reunited with Broadway audiences, and his performance received much praise. Critics commented that DeVito retained his great comic juggling ability and sparkling stage energy. The performance was not only a step forward in his career, but also an emotional event as he stood next to his daughter, creating a profound family moment on stage. It is impossible not to mention the animated film industry, where DeVito continues to develop his unique voice talent. In Illumination's Migration 2023, he continues his warm and witty voice, following up on his acclaimed voice roles as Phil in Hercules 1997, The Lorax 2012, and Dorgal in Smallfoot 20. At 80, DeVito is not only a skilled storyteller, but also a living testament to the resilience of this tough industry. From the big screen to the Broadway stage to his insightful talks, he continues to inspire not only with his talent, but also with his undying love for the art and his audience. Despite surprising fans with his unexpected and energetic appearances, Danny DeVito has never let the spotlight overshadow what he values most, his family. So what is special about DeVito's private life behind the spotlight and applause? And what role has his family played in his 50-year journey, central to his legacy? Danny DeVito has managed to maintain a healthy balance between his duty as a family man and his life as a Hollywood celebrity throughout his whole career. In spite of the fact that his professional accomplishments receive a large amount of attention, the significance of his connections cannot be overstated when it comes to comprehending the full picture of his life and legacy. Danny DeVito's long-lasting relationship with actress Rhea Perlman is a secret that has been kept hidden behind the scenes of his illustrious career. When Perlman went to see a production of The Shrinking Bride, a play that included DeVito, the pair had their first encounter. This took place in January of 19. They moved in together within 2 weeks of their first meeting, marking the beginning of a partnership that would last for more than half a century. On January 28, 1982, after 11 years of living together, the couple finally tied the knot and became legally married. As a result of their decision to end their marriage after 30 years of marriage and 40 years of being together, their relationship came under scrutiny from the public in the year 2000. Surprisingly, they never even went through with the divorce process. They had a brief reconciliation in 2013, but they went their separate ways again in 2017. Their current arrangement is one of a kind. Although they are legally separated, they continue to have a strong connection to one another. In a 2019 interview, Perlman provided the following explanation. "We are still a family. Things can be done either jointly or individually, depending on our preferences." Lucy DeVito, the youngest of DeVito's 3 daughters, has most obviously followed in her father's footsteps. They reached a significant career milestone together in 2023 when they co-starred in the Broadway play I Need That. The father and daughter combo celebrated this momentous occasion. Lucy portrayed Sam, the daughter of the character Sam Ingberg, who was played by Danny DeVito. The actual familial closeness that they had was brilliantly conveyed onto the stage, providing the audience with a unique opportunity to see how they relate to one another. Aside from Lucy, DeVito's other children have also established themselves as successful individuals in the entertainment industry. While his youngest daughter, Brake, is pursuing a career in performing and producing, his son, Jake, is employed in the production industry, with each kid inheriting portions of their parents' artistic abilities, while simultaneously creating unique identities within the profession. It is evident that creativity runs deep inside the DeVito household. The actor frequently expresses his delight in the achievements of his children, considering their success to be quite possibly the most significant legacy he has left behind. Looking back at Danny DeVito's incredible journey at age 80, from actor to director to producer to cultural icon, what part of his career resonates with you the most? And if you had the chance, what would you most like to ask him at age 80? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We would love to hear from you. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more interesting updates. Thank you and see you in the next video.